Something a little bit different today. Transformers! Yes, a series that I'm kind of interested in, and I'm not going to talk about which are my favorites and which I don't like, and we're not going to talk about the Michael Bay Crapformers series. We're just going to talk about this toy, Transformers Generations Skullgrin, a Decepticon, and a Decepticon who turns into a tank and has a giant pickaxe. So, yeah. Not really much else to say about it at this point. I don't know anything about this character or anything about that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. There's a little bio on the back. The ruthless, methodical intelligence for which Skullgrin is known is only a front. Inside him rages the spark of a mad beast, straining to break free. He rarely engages in combat, so afraid is he that the heat of battle will drive him into a frenzy from which he will never emerge. Though he is a Decepticon, he still fears the destruction of which he is capable. Oh, so basically it's the Transformers The Beast Within storyline. For those of you who don't know what The Beast Within is, go to the Transformers wiki and look it up. It's really good, I promise you. So yeah, it's a tank. He has a pickaxe. I'll be back in a little bit to look at this thing. And we're back. Yeah, I had to get that out of the packaging. That took a little bit. And, big surprise, it's a tank. Yeah. It's a tank. Gee, I wonder why. So yeah, Skullgrin, he is a sort of futuristic kind of tank. You can tell that he's futuristic because in addition to his treads, he has, like, wheels. And he is covered in guns. Oh, yes, he has a lot of guns. Let's see what he's got. He has his main tank gun, which he kind of wouldn't be without. He's got a little missile pod on an arm here. He has some flare launchers. He has a machine gun. And all of these are mounted on the usual Transformers C-clips, so you can pop them all off for a much more streamlined look. And you can put them in different sides and stuff. I'm going to put them back where they came from. Consa. Actually, I wonder if this is supposed to be there. Ah, that looks much better. Yeah, let's see what we've got here. Not bad. Kind of reminds me of, oh, drat, I can't remember their names. It reminds me of, Grimlock of the Constructicons from Transformers Robots in Disguise. If anyone remembers the Constructicons from Robots in Disguise, they were a little bit fiddly, and he looks pretty good, but he kind of feels fiddly. I haven't actually played with the transformation or anything, but I'm seeing, you know, a lot of little fiddly bits, little details that feel kind of fiddly, and oh, it shouldn't be doing that, I don't think, when I push into it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually noticed a couple of little bits of sprue left on from the manufacturing process. Tisk. Oh, it's not perfectly symmetrical. I didn't really notice that. Little cockpit here, the details on either side are a little bit off. I wonder if this will look better after I've transformed it from, like, tank mode to robot mode and then back again. Let's find out. I'm gonna go look at the instructions because I'm sure you don't want to see me actually transforming this, and, it looks a little bit complex. I'll be right back. Okay, so I learned something when I was reading the instructions. This thing apparently has a third mode, a battle station mode, and, I have spent the last 5 minutes attempting to transform it into the battle station, and, well, yeah. Wow. So as anyone, okay, not as anyone, as those of you who may have purchased Transformers models back, Transformers toys back during the Michael Bay movies may remember, the instructions there were somewhat, what's the word I'm looking for? Crap. Yes, let's go with crap. They were confusing, they were very difficult to read. The fact that they are basically in grayscale with only minor coloring to indicate, like, what parts are moving and what position they're moving to didn't make it any easier. I mean, for heaven's sakes, let me show you, like, that's what the instructions look like on these things, and it's very confusing, and it also doesn't help that the tank, when you kind of separate the parts, is a little bit floppy, and, like, it's like, oh my god, this is sad. This feels like a character from a children's book. The saddest little death tank. Wow. And anyway, from what I can tell, like, looking at the instructions, it's not that impressive anyway. Like, it's basically, like, the tank turret lifted up and the treads separated and then, like, put in all these different things. It kind of reminds me of the Gerwalk mode from, like, Macross with the Valkyries or whatever they were called. How they've got, like, this you know, they've got this vehicle form, they got the jet fighter form, then they got the robot form, and then they have this form that's kind of in the middle that always struck me as being really unnecessary. Because it's basically just, like, parts hanging off of it. It's like, you didn't finish the transformation and you're just going to pretend that this is an actual unique mode, when in reality it's just that, oh, we realized that we could reconfigure the parts in a weird direction. Sort of like how they realized that, in, like, the old cartoons, realized that Scorponok's, like, evil form Black Zarok, or whatever his name was, had, like, a weird flying Hydra mode if they reconfigured the parts in the right way. It wasn't designed that way, it's just that the parts kind of, like, move enough that you can make a third mode and pretend it's a triple changer, when in reality it's not. It's just sad. It's pathetic. I can probably tell you right off the bat that when I get to the end of this thing, I'm gonna say, yeah, don't even bother with the goddamn battle station mode. Jesus Christ, this looks... I can't even get it to work right. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do to make it work right. Anyway, after the jump cut, hopefully we'll have a robot. And we're back again, and this is, oh yeah, much better after that terrible battle mode. Dang it, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Help, help. Skullgrin. Skullgrin in his robot form is very impressive. He's extremely well articulated, as you'd expect from his transformation. He's nice and big and bulky. He's got a lot of detail. He's got this cool backpack that you can, you know, clip all the guns to and stuff. And, apparently he has been blessed by the 3 goddesses. Should Megatron ever, like, do a crossover with Ganondorf, Skullgrin will probably ally himself with, Link, and he will save the magical land of Hyrule from an invasion by the Autobots. Decepticon. Wow, I have no idea where I was going with that. The Autocons. Careful, that might actually exist. Anyway, Skullgrin, yes, nicely detailed, some nice paint in a few areas. I like his chest detailing, very well articulated and very articulated and flexible, got lots of detailing, lots of molding. The transformation was, kind of complex, as you would expect from something that is ranked, intermediary in terms of skill. And a little bit fiddly, but once I figured out what was going on, it went nice and smoothly. I think he looks much better in the robot form than he does in the vehicle mode, and certainly much better than the damned assault mode. Ahem. So I'm probably gonna... This guy's probably gonna end up displayed in this way anyway. Nice detail on the head with his little, horns and stuff. I wonder if that's... nope, not flexible. I thought it was made of flexible plastic. It's not. Let's see. What kind of weapons does he have in this mode? Well, he's got the, various guns and missile pods and stuff from his tank form, and you can, of course, you know, clip them anywhere you want. I think I'm going to actually give him, some missiles pointing downward if I can, so that we have a sort of... that doesn't really work. But, like, you can... He's got, like, the C-clips everywhere, so you can attach the weapons wherever you feel is most appropriate. And his other thing is that his tank cannon turns into a pickaxe, a very awesome pickaxe. Seriously, this is actually really cool and very well hidden, actually, all the details. It's something I'm really impressed with is how well the different details and stuff are hidden in either mode. Like, I mean, you can kind of tell he'd be a tank in vehicle mode, but it's not totally obvious, except for, like, his backpack, and even then it's like, a little bit of kibble. Like, his chest armor is hidden under the front detailing and stuff. I'm rambling again. So yeah, this guy is pretty impressive. Skullgrin, yeah. Not bad. Dang it, I don't remember how much I spent on him. $14. Huh? It was $14. $14? Really? Yep. So it was like $14 to $15. For $14 to $15, this is a really good toy. Seems pretty solid, nice and flexible, lots of detailing. Little bit complicated for, say, a younger builder. I kind of understand now why they went with the slightly simplified transformation sequence for the Transformers 4 designs. Those are kind of too far in the opposite direction in my mind. But this guy, yeah, I'm rambling and I should try and wrap this video up. Yeah, Skullgrin, very impressive. Quite recommended. I don't know if I would say this is a must-buy immediately, but if you see this guy in a store and you think, man, he looks pretty cool, he is pretty cool. Yeah. So that's about all I need to say about him. Skullgrin, a worthy warrior for the Decepticon cause.